A new VTT is coming soon, and it could be the best one yet.
It's not true. That's impossible!
Alchemy is the brand new virtual tabletop that is getting ready to launch a Kickstarter next week, which should help the system move out of early access with a ton of more polished features. What's more, Alchemy will launch with over 50 content partners, ranging from Kobold Press to Pathfinder, many of which will have bespoke UIs and unique features that could make Alchemy the biggest competitor to the upcoming Dungeons & Dragons digital virtual tabletop system being worked on by Wizards of the Coast. Now, we're going to dig into Alchemy and how it could be a game changer for VTTs, but remember to hit those like and subscribe buttons if you enjoy this kind of tabletop RPG content. So, what exactly is Alchemy and what makes it different from the likes of Roll20 or Foundry? For one, the service is built around the concept of cinematic immersion. Early access shows us that the Game Master will have their notes available, while the players are caught up looking at some top-tier artwork that's animated and has matching sounds and an original score. There's also the typical battle map functions, which come with features like fog of war and lighting effects, and even have some animated maps designed to bring a little bit more polish and pop to the system. So, why could Alchemy be a big deal? Quite frankly, virtual tabletops will need to level up over the next few years as the D&D digital system comes to the market, with a custom-built system made specifically for Dungeons & Dragons, and a visual system that's built from the Unreal Engine, which, by the way, is the same system that most of your favorite video games were designed with. The D&D digital service has the potential to be a major game changer for both Dungeons & Dragons and the tabletop RPG ecosystem as a whole, unless some other service beats them to it. Providing a more polished experience at a comparable or cheaper price is going to be a key in the coming VTT wars, even if the graphics don't look like a video game.
The other aspect of Alchemy, which should have Dungeons & Dragons and Wizards of the Coast sweating bullets, is that a VTT has now partnered with basically all of their biggest competitors, specifically Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and more importantly is trying to customize the experience for those games, with a bespoke UI made specifically for Pathfinder 2nd Edition, along with what we have to assume will be an incredibly high level of integration with Pathfinder products. Suddenly, the biggest contender to the tabletop RPG throne has its own VTT, one with beautiful graphics, immersive sound, and, most importantly, is actually able to run on most PCs, at least based off of the early access that we've seen. So while Wizards of the Coast is struggling to get their VTT to run on PCs that don't have $2,500 graphic cards and more RAM than a Dodge dealership, they could potentially be beaten to the market by their biggest competitor, which could speed up the exodus of players over to the Pathfinder system. The race is now on between two titans of the tabletop RPG scene, and the best case scenario is that it drives both VTTs to become better than they ever would have been without the competition.
Assuming that Alchemy or another VTT can provide as polished of an experience as the D&D digital system, and let's be real, who needs 3D miniatures to play an online tabletop RPG game? But we do need one with the tools needed to make gameplay go smoothly, which means having the rules, the character sheets, the battle maps easily integrated and accessible. So a system like Alchemy should do well simply by providing the features that Roll20 and other VTTs should have offered all along. As someone who spent the entire pandemic frustrated by the very much not great VTT options out there and how clunky they were and how they just didn't lend themselves to an easy onboarding experience, I'm really hoping that Alchemy can provide a better experience that can help bring players to games like Pathfinder or Tales from the Loop or Alien in the same way that D&D Beyond does so well for 5e. And if the immersive experience is top-notch, well, that's pretty freaking great too. So, are you going to back Alchemy's Kickstarter? Let us know in the comments section.